What did you?
For the culture, culture.
Yo, man. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Tamil Cuts, proud owner of Uppercuts Barber Shop.
What up? This is Lonnie Horn, proud owner of World Class Faders and World Class Stylist Barbershop and Salon.
You're watching another episode of For the Culture Podcast, going down every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And like that guy Rick would say, the clubhouse is officially open, Jack. Yes, indeed. Lemon squeezy, man.
Happy Tuesday, my guy.
I got you, player. Happy Tuesday.
Yes. And happy Tuesday to any and everybody else out there. Shout out to the TDB family. We appreciate y'all all the time. Yes. And man, it's been a blessed week. We got so much we're coming off of. And the crazy thing is we got so much we're going into.
Right?
We have been really, really blessed, man. And you know, trying to share these blessings. So man, I want to go ahead and get into what you wearing today, man. What you got on over there?
My guy, let's talk about it. It's simple math.
Hold on. I got a happy Tuesday, my mama. Happy Tuesday, mama. Love you.
Hey, mama, we love you. We love you. All right, I'm ready when you are.
Oh, you ready? You ready? You got your gear ready? You got your gear ready?
I'm ready.
All right, man. Well, let's do it like this. Why don't you go ahead and talk about what you're sporting today?
Yo, for all y'all that don't know, I'm a ball. I'm rocking. You don't see the stamp on my forehead right now. This is an Anti-Broke Barbers Club hat. I love this hat. The quality of the hat is fantastic. And I'm rocking, like I said, I'm a barber. Got that Booksy Barber branded merch. Yes, indeed. I love this shirt too. It feels good as well. And it's got Booksy on it. Yeah. That'll be what you got.
That's one of my favorite Booksy shirts, to be real with you, man. I like that design on it. Y'all, today on the crown, I'm wearing Reform. Shout out to Reform, and they actually helping people get their lives together after they serve their time in prison and pay their debts to society. And you know, they're helping them really rebound out here and find a place in this economy. It's tough when you get out. It's tough without going in, so it's even more tough when you get out. And I was inspired by the Freedom Braiders. We got to listen to them on KMEL this weekend, and they really go hard for helping ladies learn how to braid while they're in jail, in prison, and that inspired me to go pull the Reform out. And then on the chest, boom,
our man T out of Tennessee.
Dope Fades out of Tennessee, man. This guy showed us so much love in Tennessee. Rocked out with us, man. Showed us how them Tennessee boys and girls do day parties with chicken waffles and a DJ on a Sunday afternoon. Man. We had a hell of a good time. And the dope part is that was a barber doing that, man. And he showed us so much love. So we got family all across the country because of that. If you guys want to send anything out, we love to use this segment to highlight brands that are put out by barbers and stylists, anybody in the beauty industry, because we are creatives. So people bless us with this gear all over. Instead of just throwing it in a bin or throwing it in the closet, we make sure that we take this moment to highlight them. So thank y'all so much for the gear, man. And now I want my partner to show you who we be rocking and rolling with, man.
It'll be my pleasure.
The best barbers and shop owners know that aside from customer service, presentation is everything. I mean, look around. If you want to grow long term, you have to show up professional and legit. That's exactly why I started Focal Fuse, to help brands look like industry leaders without the extra BS. Focal Fuse has helped some of the biggest names in the barber and beauty industry bring their brands and expos to life to feel 100% like them. And availability is limited, but if you know we have to work together, just send a message, we'll have a quick conversation, and I'll take care of the rest. Peace.
All your favorite barbers love it.
I love it.
This is the Barber Digital Business Card.
Barbers! It's 2025, bro. We got the digital business cards now. Not only do they work amazing, they also make you look cool. They help you stand out, bro. When you go up to somebody, you have them tap your card like this, and then all your contact information pops right up. Boom. Whatever you want them to see. Right? I have my websites and stuff all set up, but whatever you want them to see pops right up on their phone. How dope is that?
Do it proper, get Barber.
Barber's Illustrated Magazine, the #1 magazine built for the craft. Featuring the freshest cuts, top barbers, tool reviews, and real industry stories. Get the magazine your shop should have had yesterday. Print subscriptions just $9.99. Digital subscriptions only $3.99. Single print issues $12.99 and digital single issues $4.99. Tap in today and level up your barbershop game. Barber's Illustrated Magazine, join the movement. Welcome to the world of barbering.
Share some game.
Yes. We back.
We back.
You telling everybody we going live? Is that what you're doing there?
I'll be on IG trying to let them know, like, man, we got some real special going on. So y'all make sure you click the link in the bio or go to United Barbers Club TV. You don't want to miss this, man. We really just excited about today. All right, man. What'd you have going on last weekend, homie?
I remember.
Okay.
Shout out to Booksy, man. Booksy is really doing some big things with us. They're making us part of their global campaign. They sent the camera crew out, spend the day with me, sent one out to spend the next day with you. And we were able to get some dope content that's going to be part of their global campaign. So I'm excited to see how all that turns out. But yeah, that's what I did. What you do?
I did something similar, man. Shout out to our Booksy family. I actually got to rest really good this weekend. I needed it. We're coming off of a week of amazing events, man. We had our we had our Cap City Showcase. We had our Horticulture Hair Jam, and then went straight into Lisi Lady Barber's tax class for the barbers. And then I went and did photography for one of my barbers who got married down in San Francisco. This was a week right here. And, I don't offer photography to the public like that, but I use it for my team. It's something I enjoy. So I use it for my businesses and my team. So it was an honor to go down there and shoot her wedding for her, her and her family. They really appreciated it. So, yeah, man, it was a week. And then I knew we had Booksy coming and I had to look like somebody. So Booksy flew out a producer, camera guy all the way from Louisiana, all the way from Miami to get a day in the life with these two cats right here, man. When I tell you we are blessed, we do not take this stuff for granted. We were so blessed. So yeah, thank you to our families too, man. They showed up and allowed us to shoot them as well. It was a great time, man. It was a great time. So look out, because we're gonna have it's gonna be releasing in about 3 to 4 weeks, man. They shot a nice piece on us.
Nice.
And then
I was just gonna say what we got coming up.
that's what I was about to go to. Then what we got coming up
Yeah, we got the
this
Art of
weekend.
Braiding in the Bay, San Francisco. The Art of Braiding Expo put on by the Bay Area Student Barber Expo. Tati and Joanna, along with the Freedom Braiders, is going to be. I've never seen an all braid event, so I'm excited to see how this turned out. They have some of the most dopest braiders on their team as Freedom Braiders, and they're looking for more Freedom Braiders because their program is expanding all the way to Sacramento, out to Stockton, and other places. So if y'all can braid, tap in with the Freedom Braiders. They're looking for some braiders.
And not only if you could braid, if you want to rock and with some people that is really about building people up, you want to get with them, man. Again, we got to check them out this weekend on KMEL, and they were on YouTube / Zoom Live. And man, they just to hear their story, man. Half of these ladies have had their own experience with prison time. They got out and like totally transformed themselves, and then didn't just, transform themselves. They reach back to give other people that same opportunity. So we are real proud to call them our Braider sisters, and some of them barbers too, our Braider and Barber sisters, but that's our family right there. So we're blessed, man. We're going to be out there this weekend rocking with them in the Bay. And after that, man, it seemed like the gates is open for the year. We running. I don't even want to get ahead and start talking about that because I want people to really focus on coming down. Go to Freedom Braiders, go to their page and get in there and get your tickets. Come and just be in the building. If you're going to watch or you want to still compete, go get involved, man, and go meet these ladies. They're amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, man.
It's that time.
We can do it? Oh, cool.
It's that time.
Tonight's guest, oh my lord. Tonight's guest is a true icon in the barbering industry, a pioneer, an educator, and visionary who has helped shape the culture as we know it, y'all. And we have experienced this personally, man. This ain't no script. This is real. Now bring that back up, man. And we're honored to have this living legend in the building on the screen tonight, y'all. A celebrity barber whose client list has included legends like Tupac Shakur, Notorious B.I.G., Kevin Hart. Man, this guy has been at the highest level of the game for decades, man. I'm just so excited. This is an honor for us, man. We love this guy, and the relationship keeps growing. So I could stop right there, but I just ain't, man. He's also a CT Barber Grammy Humanitarian Award winner. Yes. Man, not just recognized for his talent, but his contributions to the culture and community. Excuse me, the fires in LA. We've seen this man firsthand keep feet on the ground to like help other people instead of just getting out of there. And then he brought it back to the barbering community and challenged us. What are we going to do the next time a disaster like this is going on and people need you? The community that's been paying your bills and putting them clothes on you for all this time when they need you. Yes. I'm going to stop soon, but I just ain't done. From building businesses to creating opportunities, this guy consistently shows what it means to evolve from barber to businessman to brand. Seriously, man, with ventures spanning from barbering to, actually, hold on, let's back up. Barbering, but then also car collector. The beastiest car collection, and then graduated to a higher level and said, man, that was fun. Let's get rid of those cars. Let's get into bigger real estate development projects. Why don't we go to Costa Rica? By the way. And build a resort. Yes. This is a barber, y'all. I'm done. I got to be done because I think I'll be talking for another day. Man, this is our barber brother. All jokes aside.
This is our mentor.
This is our mentor, our barber brother. We love this guy. Bring it to the screen. The one and only DL. Darren Lyons. Come on. Get up in here.
What's up, man? What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's up, fam bam?
Man, I feel blessed and highly favored, man. First of all, before we even get started, I want to say thank you guys so much. And I want to thank God for waking all of us up this morning. I want to thank God for the people that's on this live right now. And let's get to it, man. Let's get to it.
Come on, man. It's so good to
Yeah.
have you, man. DL, we've had this, but we got to start these off this way. Um,
Mhm.
why barbering, homie? Why barbering, big bro?
For me,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
um, barbering is a game changer. Barbering is a life changer, for me. And I honestly, brother, I wanted to follow in the footsteps of my mother. Okay. My mother was a barber as well. The only thing that I didn't do following her footsteps was go to the service. She went to the service and all of that stuff. And, but I didn't want nobody shooting at me. And I didn't want to get up that early in the morning to be in the cold digging ditches or whatever they're gonna have me do. So I chose to opt out on that. But the barbering I stuck to. My grandfather was a barber, my uncle was a barber, my mother was a barber, and I wanted to take it to heights and new levels, bigger than what they've done. But what I did see is how they created a community around them within that barbershop and how they changed lives. And I was like, shoot, I want to do that. And what was crazy is the money was great. The money was great back then, and it's definitely great now. So I was like, shoot, I want to do that right there. So I really just wanted to follow in my mother's footsteps, and I did so and chose to take it to the next level.
Let me ask you, during that process when you became a barber, uh, to have that mindset to become the best barber or somebody that's going to be able to be an impact in this industry or be impacted positively in this industry, is that something you had in you or is that something that
Absolutely. It
came
was
with the
no
journey?
question. It was no question because when I came into the barber game, everything was different. It's not like it was today. There was no young barbers. There wasn't no such thing. All the barbers
Yeah,
average was 60 plus years old.
I love
Oh
that.
wow.
So
That's
coming
true.
into when I came into it, I
So
was like
true.
literally one of the only youngsters back then in my community and in that area. Between Pasadena and LA, there wasn't a lot of young barbers, right?
Right.
And they were our mentors. They were our surrogate fathers. They were our fashion designers. They were our therapists. So and they had one thing that a lot of us lack in this industry is wisdom. So when you
Mm,
start talking about wisdom, you got it from those elders. And so, and the respect level was on a whole nother level than it is now. It's like now you really buying respect at this point because it's like people feel like I ain't got to respect you. I can cut hair
Yeah.
better than you.
I got numbers.
Yeah,
My numbers are bigger than yours.
maybe. But the funny thing is that while you're chasing popularity, I'm chasing profits. While you're chasing likes, I'm chasing legacy. So there's a big
mm.
difference between wisdom and foolishness.
And so this is cool where you actually went to. It's kind of a good segue. At this stage in your life, who are you beyond DL the master barber now?
What do you mean? Break that down.
So we just talked about cutting hair. That was
Mm-hmm.
that was a journey. That was the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of this. But you turned hair into investing. You turned hair into so many other things. Like who are you? I gave a lot of it in the beginning in your intro, but for people who are just tuning in or watching this afterwards, who did you create yourself in to beyond that?
Well, let me tell you something. Being a barber wasn't the start of what I do, okay? I
Mm,
am a humble servant. My job is to serve, right? And being a servant, right, is stewardship. And in stewardship, my chief objective goal is to live by an example. My chief objective goal is not to floss. My chief objective goal is not to make people feel bad. My chief objective goal is to live by example, teach, uplift, empower, motivate, and show barbers, show stylists, show makeup artists, our community that we can do other things than just put hair on the floor. One thing about barbering is, and it's great to be a great barber. That's good, but a lot of us are barbering, but we don't have any kind of preparation plans for our future. Yeah, it's
mm,
good to have a big clientele. Yeah, it's good that you balling. Yeah, it's good that you're booked when you coming into the shop. But what happens after that fact? What happens to that money after you walk out that door? Or is some of that money being spent on tennis shoes, jewelry, going out to eat? You know, when most of us barbers, we don't look at menus and prices. We eat what we want to eat because we are making that kind of money. But what is the plan after the fact? Because, you know, a lot of us feel like we have this YOLO attitude, but the YOLO attitude means you only live once. But what would happen if you continue to live? Then what? There's a lot of barbers that came up in my, you know, I would say generation or my years, and they're suffering because they have not even started yet. They're not homeowners. They have no health insurance. They have no retirement. They have no IRAs. They have nothing. All they have was, and the funny thing is they have, some of them still have the cars that was hot 15 years ago. They still driving it today, right? And because of kids and all the other things, their money is being diverted and spent in so many different directions that it's very hard for them now to try to start saving, which you can do it. But the thing is that my job is to show, is to live by example, not to just be a barber, not to just be a hairstylist, not to just work on television and film. No, my job is to show how well-rounded we could be if we plan. Zig Ziglar said, if you do what you ought to do, when you ought to do it, there'll come a day you can do what you want to do when you want to do it. My ought to do's is the hard work early, right? And if you work hard early, your life will be easy later on. But if you play it easy now in your early years, your life is going to be harder later on. I don't want that. I don't want to see that for any barber. I think all of us are in a position to be able to change our lives, but we have to do it with patience. We have to do it with understanding. We have to do it with prayer, and we have to have a goal. We have to have a system.
What are some of the mistakes that barbers are making early in their career that hurts them from achieving some of these things?
I think one of the big things is that, like, for today, everything is transactional. It's always a transaction. I ain't doing nothing for free. I got to, you ain't paying me this. Okay.
You're right.
All right. As opposed to, like, the other day, one of my clients was about a week and a half ago, because I've been on the road, but one of my clients had came to me and said, hey, D, I want to give you this. And he gave me, like, in a mayonnaise, like not a big mayonnaise jar, just like if you was, or ketchup, a little container that you would get like at Hot Wings or something small. And I looked at it and I said, what is this? He said, man, that's all I got. And and it was just me and him in the shop. And so I said, hey, do you need some money? And he goes, nah, man, I'm cool. I said, no, listen to me. Do you need some money? And he said, nah, D, I'm cool, but I just wanted to take. I said, man, keep that. Let me bless you. He's like, nah, I want you to take this. And it might have been $6 in quarters. But what's happening now, barbers are missing a lot of, not all, but a lot of barbers are missing the fact that your clients, your guests, have been gifted to you and have blessed you with paying your rent, paying your mortgage, paying your car note, paying school for your kids, buying Jordans, buying jewelry, buying them hats you got on your head, all of that. And then you forget when they are hurting, you choose not to hear. You choose not to give. You choose not to bless. And that's a tough situation. Another big problem that we have, and it's just as my personal opinion, we took God out of the barbershops, and the minute we did that, all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose, meaning there's no respect. A lot of barbers don't even talk to the barbers that work in the same shop with them.
Yeah,
they don't even know they last name. They don't even know where they live. They don't even, if something was to happen to a barber in the shop right now, 9 times out of 10, they would not even know an emergency number to call, because most of the barbers don't have the numbers to their girlfriends, the barber's girlfriend, nor do they have the number to their mama's house. So with that being said, who do you call?
That's a good point right there.
We've lost connection.
Everything
is transactional.
I want to ask you about, I like that T backed it up a little bit there. we want to make sure we're giving solutions too, and that's why I like what you started off with. You said, "Man, I'm not wanting to make nobody feel bad. I'm not trying to flex. Your achievements are your blessings that came with the hard work, the planning you done." What I've been really into is methods to help people who didn't start early, because we all say, hey, man, early on you should do this, you should do that. I would say more than half of our communities, not even just barbering, have not started early for savings, rainy days, retirement, investments, none of that. From your knowledge and your experience, what could you advise to the 30, the 40, maybe even the 50-year-old who didn't get that early start, but now they've awakened, they see what they should have done? What could some of those steps be to start securing those places?
Step one, submit.
Mm.
Submit. Too many of us as people carry something that is so powerful and so strong that it paralyzes us, it shackles us, it puts us in a box, and that's called an ego. When you carry that ego around on your backpack, egos are very, very hard to break through, meaning your own self. It's hard for you to break through and be right? You got to submit. Number two, commit. You got to commit to something and to somebody, period. And that's where mentorship comes in. But you're not going to be able to be mentored by anybody if you're not willing to submit. You're not going to be willing to be mentored by anybody if you're not even going to be able to follow directions. You're not going to be willing to be mentored by anybody if you're not willing to take accountability. Because the minute somebody takes you under their wing and they bring up things that does not feel good, like a lack of financial literacy, and ask you how your credit is, and now you are feeling a certain kind of way about that, so now you don't want to go back, as opposed to saying, help me because I need help. Right? A lot of us as barbers come from very meager beginnings, but we make a lot of money, but we don't understand that it starts with the little. I would rather you start working with something that jingles, start saving that jingle, meaning the change, and turn that into something that folds, and then turn that into something that you can save, and then turn that into something that you can invest. But the bottom line is we can't do any of these things if we are not willing to submit, if we're not willing to commit, and we're not willing to get mentorship of people who are doing what you want to do. And I'm not talking about somebody who got a lot of followers. No shade on people who got a lot of followers, but just because they have a lot of followers don't mean they have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Amen.
And so if you don't have some of the main components, and then look at some of the barbers' lifestyle. Yeah, it's all fun and to travel like we all do. It's all great to be working for great companies like Level 3 and Booksy and Andy's. It's great. That's cool. But they're not going to teach you financial literacy either. Right? You got to take what they give you. You got to take the opportunities that they give you, get the money that they get. And to me, any of the monies that you get from companies, you should take that money and use that as an investment tool. You should, I'm putting this up, I'm putting this up, I'm putting this up, because that's extra. That ain't where you make your money every day. That's not where you're dealing with clients every day. That's extra. So act like that money don't even exist. Right?
Can I clarify that? Submit real quick. No, I'm sorry, D. You're just saying good stuff, and I'm real big on making sure that even if I get it, again, people watch this afterwards. People will hit us in 2 days and be like, "Man, I watched that last episode last night." I just want to make sure they're clear. When you say submit, correct me if I'm wrong. The way you started describing that, it sounds like submit to the truth of your circumstances at that moment. And correct me if I'm wrong, and so what went to my mind, what came to my mind when you said it was like, first identifying the hole we dug, you know what I mean? And submitting to, okay, I have to tell myself the truth about where I'm at so I can figure out where I want to get.
Yes.
Am I in the right neighborhood?
You're absolutely correct. Number one, you got to deal with the person in the mirror, the man in the mirror. There's an old saying that says, when you think life has robbed you, it's always an inside job, right? Always inside first, not outside.
Ooh.
Right?
Hey.
You can't blame nobody because your fade ain't tight.
Ooh.
That's inside, right?
Ooh.
That's inside first. You can't blame nobody because you late to work. That's inside, right? These are systems, right, that you are flawed in, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in order for you to get better, number one, you got to submit that that's a problem for me and everybody that I'm working with, right? My clients, the people I work with, blah, blah, blah. Number two, you got to submit to somebody, meaning, listen, I don't care what field you're in. I don't care what you're doing. If you are unwilling to submit to somebody, right? In other words, Kobe had to submit to Michael, period. Michael Jackson had to submit to Stevie, right? So you can see the lineage of people who submitted to people who have already been there, who've already done it. And when you submit, then you're open. Case in point, as I started working at All American, one of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure my hairlines was crispy. I wasn't that good in making super crispy hairlines because in my generation, that was not a requirement. Okay. And so I went on the Instagram and slid into the DMs because they say it does go down in the DMs. I'm a witness of that. Right. And I start hitting these youngsters up and submitting to them and saying, listen, man, I'm trying to learn how you making them lines so crispy. And they were so amazed and so shocked that I was in the DMs talking to them. They was like, man, I'm trying to get to where you going, man. I'm trying to do. I said, listen, I'm just a barber, bro. I'm just a master barber like you. Okay. But I'm trying to learn something that you have. Help me so I can help myself look good on 1.3 billion people watching this TV show, through Netflix. So when you got 1.3 billion people watching a television show, you got people that want to come at you like, man, I can come better than you. I can do. That's not my concern. My concern is making sure the client looks good and feels good on the screen, in the chair, no matter where they are. That is my job. Right. So I got to keep up with the time. So I had to submit to the youngsters. And youngsters, listen, they are so talented and so skilled. And any barber who's an elder that are unwilling to submit to them have a problem, because now we're talking about you do not want to be a student.
Yeah.
You know so much.
That was big of you. That was so big of you to be what you are to this industry, to not even say come down to ask for help, but your ego, you did not let that stop you. And that was the first part of your thing, is about looking in the mirror, talking to yourself. Got to get that ego out the way, because that ego is going to prevent you from making real necessary connections with people or get the advice that's really needed to help you.
The ego is dealing with me, myself, and I. If I can get those three to come together, I'm doing something great.
That was big.
Man.
Right? I'm doing something great. But if my ego is leaning to just, it's all about me, I can never get any help. Right? And I'm trying to do it for myself. Forget everybody else. I ain't trying. Man, I work too hard. Nah, man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because I've never been that way. Because everything that I've had, everything that I've been blessed with, most people need to understand something about the things that people think that are really great, like the properties and the cars and the motorcycles and all of the things that I've had. But you got to understand something. I'm nothing more than a manager of God's things. That stuff don't belong to me. This hotel does not belong to me. I'm just a manager of it. And when I manage his things well, he gives me more territory. Okay. And so what that means is that when you're working at a barbershop, in translation, because you guys are talking about solution-based, if you can lean, you can clean. That means if you see paper on the ground, even though you didn't do it, pick it up. That means if we are at the end of the roll of the toilet paper and you go and you see it ain't none and you ain't doing nothing, ain't nothing wrong with just going to the store and grab something because I know Lonnie's working. I don't even want to bother him. I went on ahead and did it on my own. There's an old saying that says, whose job is it anyway,
Mm.
right? And everybody got mad at somebody because anybody could have done it,
Damn.
right? And so the bottom line is that at the end of the day, when we start talking about stewardship and we start talking about management, the great managers are people who are managing, even though they're not the manager of Lonnie Shop,
Mm.
right? I'm not trying to get brownie points from you. I
Right.
just know that it's the right thing to do. Is
The
because
right thing to do.
as I go through, God is going to bless me and say, you know, you ready. And I'm going to bring an opportunity that's going to be so sweet for you because he's going to say, job well done. But when we're selfish and we choose not to do, we choose not to clean, it ain't my goddamn shop. And I've seen that
Yep. Me
many
too.
times.
Me too.
And I'm like, wow, bro, you missing it. I ain't missing a goddamn thing. I know, I understand. Because then when I know the attitude is like that, I say, listen, nothing but love, man. Just keep on living, loved one.
Yep.
Keep on living.
Yep.
Because what's going to happen when you get your own, you're
Yep.
going to find out that people are going to do you just like you did DL, like you did everybody else. Because one thing about owning a shop is people want to be the boss, but don't want to go through hell to get to being the boss. I would
Yeah.
never want to be an owner of a barbershop. I only want to be a great manager. Although my name is on the lease, although my name is on you know, Tangles and Locks is DL. Everybody knows that, but I don't need no credit for that. What I need is to build people. I'm not trying to build a business. I'm trying to build people because if I can build people, the people gonna build my business.
You couldn't have said that better, man. And so we've seen you go from actually before we met you, but we would see you. I mean, we would see you across the room, man, at barber events, and I'd be like, "That go that cat, man." This is years back, and back then I would see documentaries. Matter of fact, one of them you shot overseas. I forgot what country it was at.
Probably New Zealand or Australia or China. There's so many places.
but during that time, your car collection was being highlighted big time, man. It was like you just had, it looked like a warehouse of cars, man. I don't know if it was
Three
10.
warehouses.
Okay, there we go. And that was pretty cool and pretty impressive. You had a really unique collection too, not the average whips. But then you had a gear shift. We stopped seeing cars, and then we start hearing more about real estate and investing. What brought that switch? What about that shift about for you there?
I don't I think it's funny that I tried to keep my cars out of it. I tried to keep my real estate out of it. The problem is people who choose to shoot you want to highlight certain things about you that are accomplishments. I never wanted my car collection ever to be seen. So I've had those cars for many, many years, over 20, 30 years of constantly changing out my cars. And I've built every car by hand myself. So we talking about 1960 Corvette, 62 Corvette, 64 Corvette, 67 Stingray, 21 window bus, 67 fastback. I've had so many 1955 Bel Air convertible, 56 convertible Bel, 57 convertible Bel, all the Impalas, 61, 62, 63, 58, 59. I've had them all convertibles, only mess with convertible cars. But I've never really wanted to show that because that's not who I am. That is my hobby. That's what I do when I get off work. So say I might get off at All American or whatever show I'm working on or whatever. I'm at the barbershop and I might get off at 2, 3 in the morning. I still might go to my warehouse and just tinker just to calm down.
Got you.
Right.
Got you.
And I don't like wearing shoes. So I'm always barefooted. And I just put my music on and I'll just go talk to my cars and I'll go work on it and I'll look up under them and one might start leaking and I'll jack it up and find out where the seal is. And, it's something that I do for my own personal self, right? And I really, truly believe that every barber, every stylist should have a hobby, something that they like to do that belongs to them, not with their kids, not with their wife, not with their best friend, something that they can just say, whether it be reading, I don't know what your hobby is. But this is what it is. But I've had cars, I got motorcycles, I got boats, I still got boats, things like that that make me feel good. But I work on that stuff myself. The thing is
Gotcha.
when you saying a gear shift, I was back, 10 years ago, I was buying 6 to 8 properties a month, right? So, and I was doing Section 8, and I was in Arizona, I was in Texas, and I was in Ohio. So but again, I never showed those things is because it was not something that was relevant to me to show, right?
Right.
I
It
was
wasn't your
doing it
image
because
builder. You wasn't trying to
no, I'm a
I got
master
you.
barber.
I
I'm a
got
master
you.
barber. Okay. But my other businesses created the entrepreneurship side of me. Now, if people want to talk about it, I sometimes don't want to talk about it. Now I'll talk about it because now we're in an era that, people want to know, are you successful in what you do? I don't have to prove
Based
nothing to
on
nobody.
financial material. I get what you're saying. Oh, we're losing your
You see
face
what
a
I'm
little,
saying?
DL. DL, we're losing
Okay,
your.
sorry about
There
that.
we go. No,
Let
you
me
good.
ask you something. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I was just saying is I don't need to prove anything to anybody. But if you catch me and you see me and you meet me and you know me, then you know that all of that is real. I'm not the person that's going to lean against a car that don't belong to me.
For
I'm
sure.
not going to be standing in front of a house that don't belong to me. I'm doing what I do. And if you happen to catch me on film, if you happen to see me doing what I'm doing, or if I choose to share it, then I will. But the
For sure.
bottom line is not to promote, those things because those things belong to the man above. I just manage those things. And I can't keep saying that enough because it's what I did. I did. You didn't do nothing. God blessed you with a talent. He blessed you with a gift. And if you are not a humble servant, you can lose it just as
Lose
fast
it.
as you got it.
Easily.
Speaking about that, we talked to you before, and you said you touched $1 million and lost it, and went
Oh
and
yeah.
got it again.
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's
So,
nothing.
so yeah, like you said, you can lose it.
Oh yeah.
not,
And I
not saying
lost it
that.
because I was squandering. I lost
See,
it because I was tricking. I lost it because I didn't understand how money works. I
yeah.
lost it because I was not financially savvy. I lost it because I knew how to make it. I didn't know how to keep it. There's a big difference. Anybody to say, man, I would never lose that kind of money until you get it in your hands or in your bank account. Don't tell me what you won't do. And if that's the case, then you go talk to the NFL players who, when they retire, most of them within 6 months, they're broke and depressed. Go talk to an NBA player who's signed a contract for $125 million and don't have no money to this day. I want you to talk to me about baseball players that a friend of mine's made $250 million and live at home with his mama and never bought her a house and they back in an apartment. So I don't want to hear nothing about nobody talking about it won't happen to me unless you have financial literacy and
Right.
unless you are prepared, which Les Brown said it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than have an opportunity and not be prepared. I'm telling you, you got to prepare yourself for the money because when it comes, and most people who want me to mentor them, they say, D, I'm gonna come see you when I get my bread right. I'm gonna come see you. Bro, when you get your money right, you're gonna be broke. You
Come
need
see
to
me
come see
now.
me when you ain't got
Yeah.
no money.
Yes.
That's
Come see
that's
me when you
beautiful.
don't have a dime.
I want to be
So
clear.
I can help you with that.
I want
You
to
know
be
what I'm
clear with
saying?
you, DL. I want you to know, and I believe you already know this, but for the sake of this conversation, I want to make sure you're very clear that me and this guy right here, the last thing we value when it comes to you are the material assets, the material achievements you've made. But we've experienced
Respect.
what you just kind of touched on. Um, there's a generation, and not just even the younger generation, just there's an era of thinkers that if you don't have that material thing, they don't think that you have success going. So I just want to be clear. We when you and Tamel are talking one-on-one, man, last thing we talking about is cars and all of that stuff. But
That
the
is correct.
purpose of this conversation is to extract info to help these type of thinkers get into the mindset of a DL, because it's not the money move, it's the mindset, and that it's that spiritual set that you share, and that's what we value about you. So just reminding you of why we even touch on these things. because there are some people that they can't even hear what you're saying until they find out, oh, yeah, 3 warehouses of cars. Wait a minute. Oh, he been
Oh, he
doing real
touched a
estate.
million and lost a
Right,
million and
right,
touched it
right,
again.
right.
What?
But I love that you don't play about, if you give me a microphone, you give me a platform, I'm going to remind you every chance I get that that is not mine. That is not yours. God did that, and we're the managers. I love that you touch on that, man. So, but one thing that I do want to get from you to help some people, because a lot of us are going through these struggles, is that financial mindset, is that financial planning mindset. What to actually do. People don't know what to do. So
I would
just want you to
start
know where those
honestly.
questions are coming from.
Okay, so for me, with a platform like this, number one, you guys are trying to help people and empower people in different categories of the industry, right? And because you guys are trying to help people in different categories, and this specific interview is based around business, right? And
Yes.
being a businessman. And you remember back in the day what Jay-Z said, he said, I'm not a businessman, I'm a
Business.
I'm a
businessman.
businessman.
Man.
And that was so hard for me. It hit home, it hit me right in the heart. But what people don't understand about being a barber who are not barbers, and people don't understand about people being people, because although we wear garments, there's things under these garments that people don't see, right? And what I mean by that is people don't see the scars that's on my back.
Right.
People don't see the knife wounds that's so far deep back here that I had to get somebody else to pull a knife out because another barber had put it there that I had trained, and he gonna show me. So he gonna open up a business around the corner, but he gonna do it silently. And you pour into this person,
Mm,
right? That's a knife wound that you that's tough,
mm,
right? Bullet shot wounds that I have. But the only reason why you don't see these things is because I wear a suit of armor over me. The only reason why you don't see these things is because God has blessed me to the point where He said, don't worry about that. I'm going to
Yes.
bless you. Forgive them
Yes.
because they know not what they do. Right. And most barbers who stab me in the back are the same barbers years later say, man, I'm sorry. You was right. I should have did this. I should have done that. Right. And I don't hold these guys. I'm not mad at them because they didn't know no better. Hold on. These earbuds are getting ready to go out. Hopefully, can you still hear me?
yep.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So what I mean by that is there's a lot of wounds that we are carrying. And in these wounds that we carry as barbers and as people, as human beings, is a lot of hiding things, right? A lot of hurt, a lot of pain, and a lot of it is mental anguish, and it's mental. We have a lot of mental problems, right? A lot of depression,
Mm,
a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of things that go on, and I know for a fact that I've got on the plane multiple times to support barbers who have everything and are very popular and have all of the numbers, but are suicidal,
mm,
right? And it's because beyond this suit, there's pain.
yeah.
Beyond those cars is possible pain, depression, whatever. Because one thing about it is, and if we talk about business, let's talk about something. Money cannot do anything for you but give you more choices. That's it.
Wow.
Dang.
Nothing else. If you think that it's going to create happiness, you are wrong. You are sadly mistaken. If you are not happy when you ain't got no money, you sure ain't gonna be happy when you get some. And people can say, "Oh man, that ain't true," because I'm gonna get me a jet and I'm gonna
Say
get
it
me
to
a
him.
Lambo and I'm
Say
gonna
it.
get yeah. But the funny thing is that that is not going to satisfy your taste
Mm,
because your heart don't require money.
You right.
Your spirit don't require money. So yeah, you can pull up. That's a choice of different cars. You can fly private or you can fly first class. That's a choice. But still, it's not gonna make you feel no better in your heart, right? It just makes you more comfortable.
I
So what
like
I can
that.
say to people is love your life. Have a gratitude attitude every single day. Be thankful.
every single day that you woke up this morning, that you can get dressed on your own, that because there's people that are suffering.
Yeah.
And in business, when we make money, you got to learn how to give just as much as you make. Give some of that money back,
Say it.
whether it be into your community, whether it be to a client, whether it be paying somebody's car note, whether it be paying somebody's house note, whether it be, you at a restaurant and you just happen. I'm telling you, when I mentor people, one of the homework assignments that I do, I tell them to go to a restaurant and I want you to scan the restaurant and look at somebody who looks like they're either suffering, had a hard day, or whatever. And I want you to eat and I want you to pay their meal and then leave. I don't want them to know. I don't want anybody to see you did it. Just hand the money over to the waitress and say, I want to pay for that person or that lady with them 3 kids over there, and walk
And
out the door.
leave. Mm.
And the reason why I do that is because I want you to understand giving. Giving is a part of being a great steward. And you are a human being and you are a steward first before you're a barber.
Mm.
And when you learn to give, you'll see how your life will dramatically change.
I love you. I love when you drop these gems, man. It always people always hit us after we have you on, and they talk about how they went back and checked themselves, man, and that's a beautiful thing. And now we're getting close to the end, and there's something really important to touch on right here. So this is where people get confused right here, because we talk about, these not being yours. These are God's, and you're just the
Mm-hmm.
manager of it. These things are not important. But then we have this other side of you that is developing a whole damn hotel in Costa Rica. Like,
I'm
and
actually in I'm actually in one hotel. I'm in one of the rooms right now, believe it or not. I
come,
usually don't stay in the rooms just because I just don't. But because of what I was doing, we had about 8 minutes before I had to, get with you guys. So I ran. I said I need 5 more minutes. I ran and jumped in the shower real quick because I've been, working on the floors. And yeah, man. So I'm in the junior suite right now.
okay, so
So
question
yeah,
before we ask you about it, because we're proud of you. Like,
thank you.
I,
Extremely.
yeah, and I want to tell you
Yeah.
what we mean when we say we're proud of you. Not because you have that thing. Oh, he has a
Hmm.
hotel, or oh, we know somebody. No, it's to me, I think the coolest part is you are a barber, and
Yeah.
and we model after each other. And so to me, you're a sign of excellence. You push, you share your ups, you share your downs, and then you still are pushing towards things like this. So with all of this mindset and spiritual setting that we discussed, why did you go to Costa Rica and open a hotel?
Whew. Um, when COVID hit, I had went and I did a full remodel. I did majority of the work myself on that one. I brought the people in that I needed to bring in when it came to electrical, when it came to plumbing, but the most of the other stuff I did myself on my lakefront property in Lake Havasu, Arizona. So I was there a big portion of COVID. I left there, and one of the assistant directors had said, I told him I wanted to go to Thailand, and he said, "Man, Thailand got too many restrictions. You should go to Costa Rica." And so
Mm,
I said, "Man, I don't want to go to no damn Costa Rica." He's like, "Man, if you ain't never been, D, just go, and they ain't got no restrictions, so you can fly right in and get around and do what you want to do." So I went and I stayed in instead of staying in a hotel, I went and stayed in the jungle for a month and a half. I
oh, that's
lived in a
dope.
tree house and I lived off the land. And of course, like I say, I'm barefooted, so I didn't wear shoes. I didn't have any clothes. I had just regular, primitive stuff. And I literally lived off the land. And God had spoke to me. I had a lot of conversations with him, and he had said to me, "Why is it that you are so willing to go above and beyond for everybody else, but you won't do it for yourself?"
Mm.
And when I tell you, I bawled and cried. And
Ooh.
it was so bad because it was like he replayed all of the things that you do for other people, but why you don't have that same enthusiasm when it come to you?
Mm.
And then he said, well, if you don't figure this thing out, you're gonna see me sooner than later.
Mm.
And I was like, whoa, right? And I fell in love with Costa Rica. And one of my barbers, I finally was getting ready to leave, and I called one of my barbers, not to check in. I was just telling him how much, I love, the environment in the jungle. And he said, "This is the first time I've ever seen you look like this." I said, "Look like what?" He said, "You don't have that frown in your face, and you just smiling from the inside, at least from what I could see," because he was FaceTiming me. And he said, "Man, why don't you just stay?" And I said, "Man, like," he said, "Man, what do you," he said, "You got money, you got cars, you got houses. Why do you need to come back?" And I said,
Damn.
"Man, I got business to do, man. I got stuff to do." He said, "If I was you, I would just stay." And
Mm.
so I didn't consider it. I'm like, I'm leaving. And so I went to go ride horses on the other side of Costa Rica, which I didn't know that they had a Caribbean side. Fell in love with it. The minute I put my foot on the ground, I said, "This is home." And who
Whoa.
would have ever thought the same street that I put my foot on the ground is the same street where my hotel is right now,
Damn.
right? Um, I bought 5 properties in 5 days. I bought a property every day for 5 days straight. And I started building, which I've never built a house from the ground up. I built 2 at the same time, which is crazy. But I did. And then, once started dealing with the hotel, I didn't like the structure as much, so I just said, how much does it cost to redo it? So I redid a room for myself in the hotel, and then from there, I just like, you know what, this ain't it. Tear the whole thing down.
No.
Tear it all down. He's like, but you already. I said, tear it down. We're gonna build a brand new one. I'm gonna design it. I'm gonna hook it up, and this is what we doing. And they was like, okay. And I told him, call me when I'm gonna leave now. Call me when you guys got this thing on the ground and there's nothing but dirt.
Whoa.
And that's what happened. So, I decided to do that. Now here's the catch, and I want you guys to hear me and hear me well on this, fellas. I also am a firm, true believer of Harriet Tubman. And I love her journey, her path. I'm very fond of powerful men and women of our community that have done things to help serve our people. And this woman went to places, freed, got herself out of slavery by escaping, and then went back to get more. So if I leave and come to another country, I've been through hell. I've been through multiple contractors. I lost a lot of money. I've done all kind of stuff because I had to learn. But
Mm.
now when you guys decide, now when another barber decides, now when another stylist calls and they say, how can I can tell them the pitfalls. I can tell them where the landmines are. I can tell them how to save money. I can tell them, like, listen, don't buy nothing down here in Costa. Go to Panama. You can get it for half price. Everything. I'm talking about from ACs, everything. I can tell you how to do it. The thing is that as barbers, we have to lead the way for our youngsters to come
Yes.
follow as an elder. And then if you see a youngster doing something, then we have to learn to follow the
Yes.
youngster,
Yes.
right? And so coming here to Costa Rica was just one spot, but this is not it. I got one more project to do, which is a oceanfront property that I'm building for myself, because technically I'm homeless. um Even though I have villas on the beach and I have a hotel, that's a block from the beach, and things like that, but technically I call myself homeless, right? But next is going to be Bali, and then from Bali to Thailand to the Philippines. So I'm going to be
Building in
building.
those places.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. This
Oh.
is just the beginning of the next chapter of my life, and I'll be able to, like, serve you guys and have you guys come down and do a simulcast from here, and then we can also do classes here, because my dream for the barber industry is called destination education. So I want to be
Mm.
able to bring barbers in all of the different places that I have built, and teach classes, but not only teach you a class, but take you to, for example, if you're here, I'm only 45 minutes from Panama. So we'll go to Panama for the day. I'll give you the Panama experience. We'll come back here and ride some horses. Then we get some education, right? Then we'll go do some humanitarian work, and we'll come back for more education. Then we'll go to another place, part of Costa Rica, and do zip lining and all that. Then more education. So destination education will be pretty much a worldwide thing that the places I've built, and if not me building, places maybe where you guys build, where you build T, or where you build line. And we will continue to share our experiences and help other people be able to do the same thing. So we can leave out of here and being happy, and we can retire when we choose to. We use words that are very bad. I don't like using that word. The only reason why I use that word is because I want you guys to understand what I'm saying, but I'm getting ready to translate right now. Retirement is a bad word, and I don't want you guys to ever use the word, but I had to say it so you can understand where I'm getting ready to go.
Mm.
When you use terms like retirement, you using terms to mean you're going to die.
Mm.
Retirement means death. Most people who retire, if they choose to retire, 9 times out of 10, death is knocking at their door.
Mm.
How about we just do something different?
That's what
When
I
you
say.
look at most people who said they retirement, they don't live long after that. Oh no, we just doing something different, baby. I ain't gonna never retire.
Mm.
I'm doing something different. The same way when we use bad words like vacation. Oh man, D man, I be seeing you. Man, I be seeing you out there, man. You be out there traveling, man. I be seeing you in Costa Rica, man, doing your vacation. No, sir, don't cuss at me. He
Don't
said,
cuss
I
at
didn't
me.
cuss at you. I said, but you did. You are disrespecting me. He's like, nah, man, I was just saying, I be seeing you out there on vacation. I said, no, no, no. I said, listen, I'm going to bring you up to speed. Vacation belongs to people who have to go back. I don't have to go back. So
Mm.
you're never on vacation. Anytime you're taking these little trips, brother, that's a lifestyle.
I like
I'm
that.
not I'm not here on vacation.
That's why I
This
said
is a
modeling
lifestyle.
early. That's why I said modeling, and that's why we wanted to dive in
You see what
because
I'm saying?
your
So I just
story
want
is
us to
modeling.
understand we have to use those words. We
I'm
have to
with
be
you.
mindful of the words that have been given to us that are not true.
I hear you. Tell
I'm
us a
with
little
you.
Not
bit
for us as
how many
barbers.
room how many give us the
Let
rundown of
us
this
see
hotel.
part of the building God built.
Okay, so let me see on the screen. Let me see. How do I turn the camera around?
You'll see
You
those two
should be able to
arrows.
touch it. Touch
Those
the screen and you'll see the circle arrow.
Do I touch
yes.
my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should see some arrows to flip your camera.
You see
No, I don't.
the circular two arrows going in the circle.
Take your
Nope.
time.
I'm gonna tap on me one. Okay, let me tap on this one. Nope.
You tap.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just turn it and
Yep.
see if you guys can see. Okay.
Ooh.
So this is a haircut that I've done back when I was in barber school.
You
That
did that
design on the
design?
door.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is nothing but a design. This whole hotel is based off hair.
Oh,
Okay.
come
The
on, man.
ceiling, the ceiling is pretty much nothing more than frosted hair. And that wood is teak and pilong. This is Laurel. And so what I did was is I created the TV built into the closet, and this is actual closet here.
Oh man.
Then here
Nice
is a whole
storage.
shot. Let me turn the light up a little bit brighter so you guys can see more.
This is fun. I like this, man.
So
See?
every room is equipped. Every room is equipped with a record player that's also Bluetooth, which is there.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, and then you got records. Every room has 7 records. No rap whatsoever. Um, through here, this door here is the actual bathroom. So it's a pocket door that goes behind the closet.
Mm.
So let's turn this light on. I'm so sorry, I don't know how to turn that around.
No, you good.
You're fine. I like to see you in
Ooh,
it too. Yeah.
look
Oh
at
my
that.
God.
Those
What is that?
walls.
Is that what's that on the wall?
This is
What kind of
stone.
tile is that?
This is not tile. This is imported stone from Brazil.
How dare you, T?
And this is the shower.
I know,
He
right?
said, "What tile is it? This is imported stone. This is crazy."
I know he don't cut no corners.
So then these are my curtains. These are 20 feet tall.
Can you close my door?
You gotta mute your mic, fool.
Thought I did.
And then here's the stairwell. This is
Yeah,
going
I
up
did
to
mute it.
the loft area, which is a queen size bed up top.
Oh
And
my
then
goodness.
each one of these pictures are what my hotel first looked like when I first bought it.
That's cool. So it was like a little single story,
Yeah, in an
single
L shape.
family
Villa?
house.
Yeah, but let me take you outside. Let me
Yeah,
take you into
take
the
Oh
us
porch.
yeah,
outside. Yeah, because
this is
it's
fire.
hot.
What's the weather feel like, D?
It's hot and humid, super
Humid.
hot.
Ooh.
Got it.
And
So
what's the time
I'm
out
in the
there? It's
courtyard
8:05
now.
and it's 8:05
Huh?
in Cali.
Huh? It's 9:05 here.
Oh, it's not
So
bad.
here's
Huh?
this is my palm trees and the bodega, and then here's like the building, one of the buildings.
That's clean.
So the
That's
building is
clean.
the ceilings are these are 25 feet tall, and the glass is 20 feet tall, right? And then let me take you guys into the master suite.
Oh yeah.
So
You get
it's 8 units total. So this is one building.
That was my question. How many units? So it's 8 total. Got you.
So
Yeah.
that
So
that that
we
place
have
that
two we
yard.
have two we have two curtains, sets of curtains. The first set is all white sheer that you can see out but you can't see in.
Mm.
That's first. This whole let me explain something to you guys. All of this glass opens all the way up, so your room completely opens up
Ooh,
to the outside.
that's
So,
fire.
so these all of these glass folds up into one piece,
That's
right?
fire.
So as we come through here, you have your first set, which is your sheer uh, curtains, and then you go through your blackouts, which I'll take
Okay,
you
got
through.
you. Control that daylight and that get that privacy.
Okay, now we're in the master suite. So you have a full kitchen.
Oh, that's nice. Got the stove top. Oh, that's a lot of counter space.
Oh
Oh my
yeah.
lord. In the island counter?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
I'm getting custom made chairs done, so they're not in yet.
Go do some like bar stool type chairs under there.
Yeah, but they're custom made to match the design that I already have. Everything's pretty much identical.
That record player, are those speakers in front of it?
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, that's cold. That's cold.
Then you got your records, right?
Where you find this stuff?
Hmm.
So here's your records here. And then you have your bed here, which I'm getting a custom bed made. So this is a temporary bed.
Okay. What do
And
you do
then
with a
as you can
temporary
see,
bed? What do you do with that?
well, because I have great wood people, will make a bed until the real bed is made.
Yeah, but when you get the real bed,
What
what
do
do
you
I
you
do
do
with
give it
with
that
up.
bed?
I give it to the workers.
Oh,
you are
Hmm.
man, you are just blessing
Yeah. So
reciprocally,
then here's
dude.
all of the curtains. You can see how big the curtains are. These are
yes.
20 feet tall.
Oh, that's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. And that color y'all chose, it's like a nice
And then
what do you call
upstairs
that?
is what I call the bird nest, and that is a loft above, right? So I'll take you up there. So this is twin beds up here, and
Is
then
that
we
what
have
you're planning to keep up there, or are you thinking
yes,
about couches?
and then when you open up these windows, all of
Uh,
these curtains are all separate, so they can all be opened up separate, right? So upstairs, you have your floor to ceiling. So this is all glass from floor to ceiling here. So we have outlets. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see here. Can you see the outlets?
yep, yep.
Okay. So we have outlets on the floors. So everybody needs to charge their phones or whatever, you know. Um, and then this is what it looks like from the view side.
up top.
One thing that I don't see that I want to ask you about is like sitting space.
Okay, so I'll take you over to, so again, here is a custom, we have custom couches being made for this all the way to
Okay,
the space.
okay, okay.
And then I'll take you to the other side because I was on the couch over there. So
Oh, okay.
but this one required a lot more custom work. And as you come through this door, you see the same scenario.
Man, that is so nice.
You
I mean,
know.
you wasn't just throwing nothing together, is what I see.
Oh
I
no, no,
see
no.
you,
Everything
bro,
is been planned
intentional.
out.
Yeah.
It's very intentional. And then let me show you guys the um let me show you the gates. I call this my Wakanda designs, which is these are my gates, and these are 14 feet tall.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I can. They're
Yes.
wooden too. Is they wooden and iron?
It's wood and metal.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's what it is, man. It's we still got a little bit more work to do here, but we are now finally open.
You open right
Um,
now?
yeah,
Oh
How,
wow.
how,
What's
how are you
attracting people
booking?
there? What's
Yeah,
we
attracting
opened
people
exactly.
there?
we opened last Thursday.
Congratulations.
I didn't do any promotion because I didn't need to because people have been waiting in line to get in.
Wow.
So I didn't have to so everybody checked out on Sunday.
Hmm.
So now, I did all of the cleaning because it gave me a chance to do the floors because after my speaking engagement with Paul Mitchell, I had Orlando and then I had Tampa to do. And as soon as I left right after my last speaking engagement and jumped on a plane, got over here, and I got here 30 minutes before the guests start checking in.
Let me
Whoa.
So
ask you,
yeah.
why why do you have a wait list? Why is it
Mhm.
set up? I mean, why are you booked up so fast? Why?
I think people have been waiting. Friends have been waiting to come in and see what I've been doing. I will tell you that I have been in my feelings a little bit about social media.
Mm,
So I have not posted like the hotel and the things that I've been doing because from experience of building the villas, one of the things that I was very proud of is me being the Bank of DL. So I
mm.
financed all of this myself. I didn't borrow any money from no banks. I
Come,
paid
oh
for
my God,
everything cash.
come
I bought all
on.
the land cash. I paid all the workers every week, every day, all the supplies every day for 3 projects going at the same time. Um, and so, I was telling barbers and people on Facebook, because I got a lot of friends on Facebook, that you can live a debt-free lifestyle. And I'm showing you how to do it and how
Yes.
much, and I told you how much I paid for a piece of property. I bought a property across the street from the beach for 60,000 and I negotiated it. As long as I'm motivating people, I get thousands and thousands of likes and views, 15,000, 20,000, and hundreds of comments. But the minute I start talking about living debt free, crickets. And that
Mm.
includes other barbers. That includes my friends. Nobody
Bruh.
even DM'd me to ask me, "Hey man, how you doing? Hey, you think I could do that? Hey, like where do I start? Not one."
Mm.
And
Well,
so I was
keep your
literally
DMs
in
open
my
because we finna be hitting you up about all.
yeah, and I
Hitting
was
you
in
up
my
about all
feelings,
that.
but I was like, why you don't want to make 30, 40, 50 grand a month? Why is it that, and you don't have to start out financing it yourself. You use other people's money to finance your dreams until you can afford to do it yourself. But
Got
the
you.
type of money barbers and stylists make, you could actually do this. It's not as hard as people think it is. And most barbers and stylists think, oh, you different because you work in Hollywood. You got to understand something. Hollywood don't pay that good.
Mm.
They don't pay like that. I don't know what people thinking. I'm tired of these young barbers and older barbers who claim they celebrity barbers talking about working for celebrities doing all this, but they not getting paid no real. There's only like literally 1 to 2% of barbers and stylists getting paid top dollar. The rest of them, man, it ain't too much. You can work at the shop and make more money.
So it's really it's still coming down to what you do with your money, your
It is exactly
money
what you do with
management.
your money. Listen, I don't make that much money. I'm telling you, I'm not the $100 barber. Now I
Mm.
charge a lot of money dealing with my celebrity clientele. A lot, okay? Way more than the average bear. I'm at the top 1% when it comes to being paid. But the bottom line at my barbershop only charge $50.
Mm.
Wow.
Gotcha.
And I'm only there on Saturdays. I'm literally working for nothing. That money ain't doing nothing for me. I do
Mm.
it for my communities because these people been coming to me for years and they will wait until I come back. I don't care how long I be gone. And
Man,
I'll be
Mm.
like, go to another barber. Why y'all do this to yourself? But they won't. They'll wait.
that's
So that's the
wild.
least I can do.
We
I
But I
got
just
know.
we
want
got a
barber.
question in the
Yes.
comments right here.
Hmm.
Question.
Oh, here's the
So
couch, by the way, too. So when you
Yeah.
say seating.
Okay. That's all I needed was like somewhere to sit.
somewhere
I
to
don't want to
sit.
lay. I don't want to lay in bed
Yes.
all
So
day.
so this is a
Uh,
bed. This is a bed and a couch,
Hey,
right?
nice.
And then
oh,
you got a
nice
queen
sofa
size
sleeper.
bed upstairs.
Okay.
So
Yep. Yep.
you making people interested in wanting to come out here. We got a question. What is the name of the hotel?
It's called. I haven't even now check this out.
Mm.
I haven't even advertised yet. I haven't got on Airbnb yet. I haven't done anything because I'm just so
Okay.
caught up building. But
Okay.
the friends who know me. They call me direct. It's like, D, what's up with this day? What's up with this day? So
Gotcha.
I'm getting ready to work on all of that. The hotel is called a Koto, which my mother doesn't like the name. She says it sounds like a cult, but a Koto means hidden, and all of my
Oh.
properties are hidden behind big giant gates and long driveways and things like that. So but when you come into them and you see them, you'd be like, wow, and people who walk right by, they like, I didn't even know that was there. I
That's
had no
dope.
idea. So
I,
oculto in Spanish means hidden.
I got a
CO
So
question for
CO.
you.
it's occulto, oculto.
Okay.
It's
I
called
got a
Oh,
question.
Ocoto Butus. So you have Ocoto Playa Negra, which is where my villas are, okay, which are beautiful. Then you have Ocoto Puerto Viejo, which is where my hotel is, which is in the heart of the town. I'm on the 50-yard line of everything.
mm,
One of the top restaurants. I'm right next door to it. You go
mm.
walk down two doors, and then that's the main strip. And then you got club, restaurant, club, restaurant. And then if you stand in front of my hotel and just look southbound, you can see people surfing. That's how close I am to the ocean. So I've
Now,
always bought properties close to bodies of water. Even in Arizona, in Lake Havasu, I was on the lake. So I've always bought properties because they bring the best money for me. Um, like that. So what was the question? The other question you had?
my question is, now for people that don't know, DL is our guy. He shared some photos and videos with us of this hotel. Where is the pool?
Okay, so now all the other properties have pools. This one does not have a pool.
Okay.
The only reason why it does not have a pool because I want to open up fast. There will be a personal, like for each building, they will have their own personal pools on this property. But because the biggest holiday is coming up, which is on I think it's fifth, the 5th of April, which is for them it's Easter, and it's bigger than Christmas. It's bigger than New Year's Eve. So
Mm.
I needed to get open. So I was
Gotcha.
not trying to have no pool
Yeah,
done. I
yeah.
didn't want to miss the wave, right? So I did everything in my power to get the property done and ready to go. So the couch will be here in a couple of days. The custom couch for that, the master suite, and then all the other master suites, they'll all be done as well. The junior suites are all done. They'll have the same size couches and all of that. So we don't have a problem with that. It's just the bottom line was just getting open for this holiday because you
Nice.
can get top dollar. You can name your price, and
Oh,
so
that's
that's what
cool.
it is. Yeah. So
Nice.
that's the plan. But what I want you guys to know, and the people in the audience that are listening, you got to name and call it what it is that you want. And what I say, speak that into existence. How much money is it going to take you to make, let me rephrase. How much money do you think that you need to make per month to really be comfortable and happy with your life? And I'm not talking about just making it. I'm just saying whatever that number might be 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 30,000. I don't know what that number is, but once you know your number, then you have to start doing things that's going to help you get there. Case in point, when I first bought this hotel was going to do the numbers after what it was before me. It was doing 7 to 10,000 a month. Okay. Before I tore it down, just on the remodels, it was going to be bringing in $33,000 a month, and that's only in 8 months rentals. Right now that I tore it down and did it the way I'm doing it now, we're looking to project about 50 grand a month.
That's dope, man.
So, do I need to cut? Do I love barbering? Yes. Do I love inspiring and doing all of these things? Absolutely. But when you start to understand how money works, let your money work for you instead of you working for your money. If you got to go to work to pay bills, you're doing something wrong. This is just the facts. You're doing it because you love it, yes. But if you got to go there just to pay your bills, you're not using the system the way it should be used, because wealthy people and rich people don't have to go to work to pay their bills. They have
Right.
other things, other streams of income that are actually covering all of those things, including your travel, including your fun, including your clothes, include you're doing your barbering just because this is something that you love to do. So
That's
as an
big.
entrepreneur, be willing to be to sacrifice. Now, can I give you all some game right now?
Oh, please, let me scoot up.
And I need you guys, anybody that's listening, I'm gonna give you guys take about 30 seconds to ask me any question you want, because people who's listening, I need you to get a piece of paper and a pen, or I need you to trust that they're going to make sure that you guys get this when they rebroadcast it. Because the game that I'm getting ready to give you, I'm going to show you how to move some money and build your credit at the same time.
Oh
So
man.
ask one question. I'll answer the question quickly, give them time to get a piece of paper and pen, and then I'm getting ready to drop some game, some serious game.
My one question is your financial setup. You have a CPA, you have a bookkeeper, you have a paycheck, payroll, all that. Is it all set up under one, or you have a bunch of individuals running?
Well, number one, every individual property it has its own LLC. It has its own corporation, and the reason why is because they protect themselves. Each one of these is like a person, right? So I don't put them up under one umbrella. I separate all of them so they're all protected, protecting themselves, and it also protects me. Number two, when you use the word protection, and I'm not talking about a condom. When you're talking about protection, you need to protect yourself all the way around. That means you need to have a doctor. That means you have to have a lawyer. That means you have to have an accountant. That means you have to have a bank manager. That means somebody that's managing your funds, not the bank manager at the bank that just work for everybody. No, somebody that's managing your funds. All of these things, you have to have a tax person. All of these things. Not only that, I have to have people that works in all of these different projects. So I have to have project managers. But when it comes to you individually, you need people that's going to protect you. And all of those people that I just named, doctor, lawyer, these are all protections, because you got to protect your body. You got to protect yourself against, legal documents, things like that. Some things that you don't know of, some things that you're signing. You have to have a bank manager. Somebody's going to manage your funds. And I'm talking about the person, because when you start moving money, the banks never close. The bank only close for people who don't have none.
Mm,
Dang.
I can call the bank manager right now and say, listen, I need you to wire this, this, and this to these different places right now. Bank ain't closed for me.
mm.
Damn.
Bank closed for people who ain't got no money. That means they close at 6 or 5, whatever time banks close.
Here's an important question. Is it all under a trust, or is it still in your name?
Now here's the deal. Certain properties that are my personal properties, those are in a trust. The business properties are in a corporation, under a corporation. Okay, so there's two different ways to deal with all of that, right? But it all depends on how you want to move your stuff. I'm an only child, so by me being an only child, I don't have um, uh, heirs
Yes.
to my estate.
Mm.
So, you know, that makes things more difficult. But I know where my money's going after me.
Yeah.
So once I know that, I started putting those things in place so there won't be no questions what happens to my money after the fact. Okay, so now they had a chance to get their paper and pen ready. So here's the deal. First things first, number one, get rid of any type of banks that you guys are in. If you're in a regular bank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank, if you're any type of bank like that, get rid of them. They all are charging you a super duper fees to pay for commercials, to pay for all these buildings, pay for all of that. Now, what I want you to do is get into a credit union and get into it fast, right? One of the best credit unions probably in the whole United States of America is called Navy Federal. Some people can get in, some people can't. If you know somebody that's in the service, and even if they retired, ask them to code for you to put their name on you so you can get into a Navy Federal. If not, find a credit union. Credit unions that are more personal. Credit unions will do things that a regular bank cannot do. Case in point, say if you got a 674 credit score and a paper is 680, a credit union will still give you the A paper loan. A bank is saying you don't qualify and you getting ready to go into subprime loan, meaning you're getting ready to pay more money and higher interest per month. Credit union does that. Now here's where the game that I'm getting ready to drop on you, and I want you guys to listen to me
That
and
was
listen to me
game.
well.
No, man.
Right now, what I want you to do, if you got bad credit, if you have bad credit, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to go put some money in a credit union, and I want you to get a secured credit card immediately. That means you're going to put up, let's say, $500, and they're going to match that with a credit card, and your spending limit is going to be 500. We're going to try to help you build your credit. If you have a 650 and above, I want you to go get an unsecured loan. Unsecured. Hear what I say. I want you to get an unsecured loan for $1,000. If you got a 650 and above, I want you to get an unsecured loan for $1,000. Okay. Once you get this unsecured loan for $1,000, what I want you to do is tell them you're not finished yet. What you want to do is open up a free, ain't nothing free. Hear what I say. Not one thing is free. Okay. But they say they have free accounts. I want you to open up a free savings and or checking account. Again, it ain't nothing free, but they say it is, but it ain't. Okay. But it's going to help you. And the reason why I'm telling you open up this account is because I need you to do something that's very important to what I'm about to tell you. Once they approve that loan and you open up that account, they're going to ask you where you want this money to go. I don't want you commingling this money with your funds. I don't want you commingling this with your wife and your girlfriend or your significant other. What I want you to do is have them do a direct deposit into that account you just opened. So the money never even left the bank, is going directly into that separate account that you don't even touch. Okay. From there, the next step, what I want you to do is say, I'm not done yet. I want you to ball all the way out. I want you to let it rain. So they're going to say your payment's going to be like $30. I want you to spend like $75. And you're going to do a direct draft for payment after that point. So write this down, direct draft for payment, meaning they're going to pull the money that's in that $1,000 account that you set up. They're going to pull it from that account and they're going to take $75 and they're going to make the payment on your unsecured loan. And that's going to be every month. What that's going to show is paid. And now the first payment, I want you to make a payment on your own, because sometimes depending on when it processes through, I don't want them not to process your first payment. So that first $75, I want you to pay out your pocket. After that, it's going to automatically make the payment. So you ain't got to worry about the payments. What's going to happen is going to start showing paid as agreed, never late. Paid as agreed, never late. Paid as agreed, never late. Your credit scores are going to jump up to the moon. The reason why your credit scores are going to jump up really, really high and really, really fast is because there's two type of loans. First loan is revolving, meaning credit cards. That's a revolving debt. Okay. Now, those are, your credit score can go up, but it goes up slow. But when you have a term loans are car notes, house notes, unsecured loans. So as you pay it down, it goes down to balance zero. You don't get more money. It's going all the way down. It's almost like you paid off a car for $1,000 loan.
Mm.
Okay. Now what's going to happen is the bank does not even know that the money never left the bank. All they know is you made your payments on time.
Mm.
Here's the catch. What I'm telling you is I want you to do that, and in 6 months, and for some of you guys, in 5 months, I want you to pay the loan off. Pay it completely off. Guess where you're going to pay it off from? That money that was in that account. Now, it's going to cost you about $30 in interest. Don't worry about that. Because what you're going to do next is I want you to wait a month, and I want you to borrow double what you borrowed before. And I want you to keep doing that for a long time. What's going to happen is you're going to build a relationship with that credit union.
Mm.
And in a minute, you're going to be able to borrow $1 million just on your signature. Because what they see is I don't know about nothing else, but what we do know is the mail always pays bills on time, because guess what? That money's coming directly from that account that they know about that you pay on time every month. Now, all your other stuff, I want you to continue to pay whatever bills you got. So don't mess up your credit.
Yeah.
But what I want you to do is understand that once you build a relationship with that credit union, they're going to give you anything you want. Meaning, if you want to go buy a brand new shop and get all the equipment, guess what?
Mm.
All you got to do is sign your name on the dotted line. They're not going to ask for your mama's maiden name. They're not going to ask for your first blood. They're not going to ask for nothing. All they're going to do is say sign on the dotted line, and it's a DocuSign.
Oh,
So when
damn.
you need $1 million cash, no problem. They're going to give it to you. Why? Is because what did you just do? You built a relationship with
Relationship.
that credit union, and all they know is money good with y'all. Money good.
Quick,
So,
go
yes.
ahead. A quick recap. Baby's our barber sister. She literally took notes. 1, get rid of banks. Get into Navy Federal or credit union.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
2, bad credit. Get secure credit card.
Mm-hmm.
3, get unsecured loan for $1,000 and open up free credit account.
Mm-hmm.
4, make direct deposits. Direct draft for payments.
That is correct.
Okay, she really jotted this down, and she didn't use moving slow on the next one, babies. But I think the last one
4
was
to 6 months, pay it off.
pay it off in 4 to 6 months, and then repeat and double the loan amount.
That is correct.
Woo, boy!
Hey, it's funny
And now
because
when you start seeing your credit scores at 800, you're going to be like, dang, why didn't I do this? Now, here's the bonus. Here is the bonus. If you have children and you got good credit, what I want you to do is I want you to I don't care if they're 8 years old, 3 years old, or 6 months old. What I want you to do is I want you to take their social security number and I want you to add them on as an authorized user, and I want you to cut the card up. Because what happens is they're going to end up inheriting your credit scores. So when your kid turns 17, 18 years old and want a car, do not co-sign for them.
no.
Because their credit is so good that they can they can sign for themselves.
Dang.
Okay? That means that they're going to have an 800 FICO score like you do, because you always had them on. Now, if you know things are going bad, take them off of your credit, but their scores are still going to be strong, but you took them off as an authorized user.
Nice.
Got you.
So that means what happens is now you're talking about elevating your lineage. By now, your children are inheriting good credit because their parents are making good decisions.
Dang. If you
Okay?
can't pass
Because a
nothing
lot
else,
of
you done pass
times,
some good credit down to them. Wow.
that's what you can do.
Wow.
That's what you can do. But see, here's the problem. We don't know how to teach this to our children because we don't know it. But that's what they do, but we don't do it. So that's why I'm giving you the game. I'm giving barbers the game. I'm giving parents the game. I'm giving, everybody the game on how I can help you with this so you can win too. You have to build relationships with banks in order for you to use their money.
Dang.
I'm gonna give you a report in about 6 months to a year because I'm gonna go
Come on
do
now.
all that.
Come on.
And I've done
I'm
it
telling
before. I've been to say credit union. I did a savings builder, and it's probably like a slower to do than what you just did. I like what you said to do, and I mean, I'm finna go and put this method to the test, and I'm gonna give you
I really
guys.
want you guys to, because I think that we are better than what we're doing, and barbers need to understand. And this is something that I have to say, and I thank you guys for even us being on this for this, because it's very important. Um, Barbers need to understand something. When you are a lawyer and a lawyer has to go to law school. Once he graduates from law school, or she graduates from law school, she has to appear in front of the state board. Okay, and that is for her law license, right?
Hmm.
When a doctor graduates from school, they have to appear in front of the state board in order for them to get their medical license.
Hmm.
When barbers and stylists graduate from school, they have to appear in front of the state board in order to get their barber and cosmetology license. But why is it that doctors and lawyers get paid top dollar and live in exclusive neighborhoods, but barbers and them don't live in exclusive neighborhood, is not getting paid the same amount? Could any of you two answer that question? Or maybe the people in your chat.
I think it's the financial literacy part that you mentioned, money management. And then also a bigger part is mindset too. Just
Mm-hmm.
even believing that this could be done.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is why I always use that word model, and which is why I gave you that disclaimer earlier that, man, me and Tamel, we don't value you because of the material things. There's been a connection there that we just been grateful to have since we first really interacted with you, and it's just grown since then. The conversations we've had, the way we
Mm-hmm.
embrace each other, we've prayed for each other on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
but we are blessed enough to have you as one of our models and mentors. So we feel like we got to pull some of this out in a way where people that don't have the mindsets we have
Mm-hmm.
can be smart enough to grab onto this,
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, yeah, man, I think a lot of it is mindset and a lot of, and which,
Mindset and value.
if,
We don't
boom.
barbers don't value themselves enough. They want to get paid $100 a cut, which is crazy to me. Um, and some barbers are worth that, okay? But I don't understand how you're asking for $100 and you showing up late. I don't understand how you asking for $100 cut and your clippers sound like a Harley Davidson. I don't
Man,
understand how you asking for $100 and you smell like weed. I don't understand how you asking for $100 and you playing music that is very non-conducive to children and women that are in the shop. I mean, I get your value if you say your value is up like that, but what are you doing anything different besides cutting hair? So people say, well, doctors get paid because they save lives, and you telling me barbers don't? You telling me barbers don't help people who are thinking about killing themselves, help save people's marriages? Because you say, hey man, I know you're getting ready to talk about going through divorce. Have y'all thought about maybe going through some counseling first? People listen to barbers.
oh
They
yeah,
They do.
just do.
They
yeah,
do.
And for us not to be able to pour into clients that way, we're fashion designers, we're mathematicians, we're teachers for kids who don't have a father and or a mother. We're psychologists.
man.
We have so many different hats. So we do a lot like a doctor. But you got to remember, we were doctors first. And because we don't value who we are, doctors branched off from us. Okay? We were doctors first. And it's so funny is that barbers that are doing pretty good for themselves make just as much as as a
Oh
doctor.
yeah.
The
Yeah,
average
And a
doctor
lawyer.
only makes the average doctor only makes 80,000 starting.
Oh
I
He
say
Jesus.
this
doesn't
all the
he
time.
doesn't start making that kind of money, that top dollar, until he becomes a master of what his skill set is. Like he's starting to his master is brains or plastic
Yeah.
surgery or
Yeah.
heart
Yeah. Yeah.
or whatever. But the general practitioner starting at 80 grand.
Jesus.
Barbers is making that in they sleep.
Yeah.
They just don't know because they don't value and they don't know how to count.
And
Yeah.
that don't count it. Yeah, you're right.
They don't
You're
know.
right.
They don't count. So the reason why I'm bringing all this up is because I want barbers and stylists to understand how valuable they are
Mm.
and how important they are and how this is not a hustle and you have to treat it as a professional. I know barbers, they feel like, and this is just me, so y'all I know I'm gonna hurt some feelings because I always do. Uh, but I don't understand why, and maybe somebody in the chat can help you guys help me understand. But I don't see why barbers don't feel like it's a need to get dressed to come to the barbershop.
Mm.
Why does it feel like there's a thing that has a plastic handle on it, and there's this metal thing at the bottom, and then it plugs into the wall? It's called an iron. Okay, if you use that, you wash and wear. I don't understand why we don't take it serious, but you want top dollar. And for a lot of barbers, they say, well, shoot, I ain't got to do none of that because I can smoke weed, I can dress how I want, and I still get $100. Yeah, but could you imagine what it would be like if you were completely professional
And took yourself serious and your
and took
client serious.
everything serious?
Yeah.
What would that be like? So I don't understand how we're asking for certain things and our value doesn't match what we're asking for.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
And there's an ego checking that has to be done there too. This is evergreen, man. You always give us something that people are gonna feed off of this for months and years to come, man. And I can't tell you how excited we are when we see that you got time to pop back on. And it's never enough time. So
Right. So now before you say anything, you know I got to give y'all my points because you know I always give my points.
hit
Go
it.
get your
Hit
points.
it. Hit it. We're going this how we're gonna close. This how we're
And
gonna
we'll
close
close with
out.
the
Y'all
points.
do not get active and busy. Baby says she missed it. Pay attention. All right, D. Let's land the plane, man. Hit them.
Okay. So 10 points. Customer service. Number one, people don't remember how you cut, but they do remember how you made them feel.
Boom.
Number two, great service turns first time clients into lifetime relationships.
Boom.
Three, service is your real marketing, meaning your customer service is your real marketing.
Mm.
People are going to always tell a friend, not haters. People are gonna always say what they got because they love their barber, they love their stylist. When you are literally staying on point with that, listen, you ain't got to ever go looking for a client because people are always going to come because people are going to root for you all the time. Okay. Number four, extra mile, going the extra mile is never crowded. Most barbers are in conformity stage. They're very in conformity stage. You conform. I can spot most barbers from a mile away. I can spot barbers from across the street. I can spot barbers at a hair show because most barbers, they're gonna wear a t-shirt, they're gonna wear some jeans, they're gonna buy a shirt of somebody they like, right? They're gonna put that in their back pocket. They're gonna buy a razor, and if they really like somebody, they're gonna get some clippers. Hairstylists gonna have, damn near a wagon full of products.
Yeah, you're right.
It's hard to get a barber to buy a box of Sanic strips, let alone one set.
Man, really.
Right? But when you value your customers, you're going to have everything they need because you're going to anticipate their needs. You're not going to have to go to the beauty supply to do that, right? Consistent number 5, consistency builds trust and
Yes,
trust
it
builds
does.
incomes.
Yes, it
Damn.
does.
6, listening is more powerful than talking. So sometimes
Mm.
we need to listen to our guest because they're trying to tell us something. And sometimes they are telling us they are in need and they are
Mm.
hurting. And it's up to you to be able to decipher that and walk them outside and tell them you understand. And is there anything and say it sincerely. Is there anything that I can do to help? Not go back in the shop and be like, man, guess what? Son says, man,
Yeah.
your car getting repoed. This nigga run around here balling, and you messed up. You messed up. You
I know
failed that. You
barbers like
failed
that.
that test.
It's just
7,
like
every
that.
client wants to feel important. That is very important.
Yes, sir.
If
And
you
easy.
remember their name, if you
Yep.
remember when their child was born, if you remember asking them about their job, did you get the job? Listen, I tell them, you sit in my chair, I guarantee you're going to get that job,
I
boy.
tell mine
Because
that too.
I'm not playing because I tell them,
Like that.
I said, man, I'm 10 and 0. I'm 40 and 0.
I'm at 99.9% hiring rate with my cut. Somebody
Yeah.
messed it
Come
up.
on, you
That's
feel me?
dope. That's dope.
So
I
so
do that.
make them feel that way. 8, service creates loyalty and loyalty creates stability. I'm going to say that one more time. Service creates loyalty, and loyalty creates stability. Number 9, a satisfied client brings 1, a wow client brings 5. Number 10, your service determines your price. Level up your service and raise your value.
Ooh.
Did you heard me?
Say that one more time.
Say that one more time because we want to set up.
Your service determines your price. Level up your service and raise your value. PowerPoints of relationship. Customer pays once, relationships pays forever.
Boom.
2, people, and I already said this one earlier, but people do business with people they like and trust. Strong relationships create repeat income. Your network is your net worth, but people always use that term and that terminology. But how you create a true network is being around the people that are growing, that are edifying, that are empowering you. Not being around people that are not growing, that are not empowering you. Some barbers are going to have to leave the barbershops that they're in is because the barbershop they're in is a cancer. And some barber owners are going to have to let some people go because those people are the cancer that's killing their barbershop from growing their business.
Yes.
Man.
I'm going to say that one more time. Some barber owners are going to have to let some people go because those people are the very people that are that are the cancer of the shop. And if you don't, they're going to end up hurting your shop.
Yes, sir.
And how you know how this is happening? A lot of barber owners bought salons and barbershops way too big that they can't afford to do it themselves. So they have to be prisoners of barber of barbers and hairstylists in their shop because if they say something to them, they can't afford it for them to leave because they can't pay their shop.
That's
They
big.
can't pay the
That's
rent.
real. That's
So
real.
if you know that that's you, downsize so you don't have to put up with the foolishness and the tomfoolery that people are giving in your shop because that is not how you roll, but you have to button your lip and be quiet because you can't afford him or her to leave.
Ooh. Thank you,
Okay?
D. Thank you, man. Like
Relationship opens doors, talent alone can't. That means you can be super talented, but if you don't build relationships, I'm gonna tell you right now, talent ain't gonna be able to do it for you. Relationships is from the heart. 6, care beyond the chair. Check on your people, folks. Even if a client leaves you, I want you to check on them. If you built a relationship with them just because they moved to another state, that don't mean you can't call them and check on them.
right. I say that all the time. Yep.
People, 3 ways people leave you. Number 1, they leave you is because they moved away and moved to another state. Number 2, they lost all their hair, and number 3, they died. If you have those 3 things going on, if that didn't happen, then they left you for a reason. You need to find out why. It's you.
I agree.
You are the common denominator why a client left. Because if they didn't die and they didn't move to another state, because y'all know people will come from different cities, zip codes, multiple cities, zip codes to get to.
Yes.
You're right.
I had a guy that moved out of state and he would come back to Sacramento 2 to 3 times a year. We never acted as if he was coming back to visit. He would just pop up on my booksy like a regular haircut. And he wouldn't hit me like, hey man, I'm gonna be in town next. Nah, it was he wanted to keep that. And so dude, he would just walk in and I called him Brazzle. I'd be like, Brazzle, welcome back. And he just comes sit in the chair and yeah, man, his moving circumstances didn't change his barbering. He wanted to keep that.
Because listen, the idea is once I get you, I got you, baby. I'm locking in. I can't get rid of you. Right? Because the bottom line is I'm going to do everything in my power to do everything that ain't nobody else doing. Period. You feel me? So that's how that works. Number 9, relationships turns. Number 8, be genuine. People can feel real from the fake.
Easily.
Number 9, relationships turns clients into advocates. They will advocate for you.
They sure will.
Yeah,
A strong relationship, they will advocate. And if they are working in the city and you can't get a permit, watch how fast you get your permit over
You're
anybody else.
absolutely right.
that's
Watch
big.
how fast your roof get fixed when it start leaking. Because relationships are not only to help you in other ways outside of that barbershop. They're going to
Yes,
help you
sir.
in so many different ways, right? Number 10, people, excuse me, build people, not just as a client list. That means you empower people all the time. That's what barbers do. That's what they used to do. I don't know what they're doing now because conversations are different now. People are into their phones and this and that. So I just wanted those power things to
Thank
go,
you.
and I want to give these 5 a character. Character is who you are when nobody is watching.
Mm-hmm.
Character is who you are when nobody's watching. One thing about character that people need to understand, and this is very serious. When you have good character, your values are never wavering.
No.
That means your value system is at a level that you are not going to lower your standards to nothing. Period. I don't play rap music in my shop because I know for a fact that it brings on a different energy. Not that I don't like rap, but I don't want it in my shop.
Mm.
Because I'll be damned if I hear some bitches ain't shit but hoes and trick and there's people in there that I respect. Oh no, that would never happen. So we don't play that kind of music in my shop. And if you do, you fired.
Mm.
Because that is not my character. And I'm
Yes,
not
sir.
hating on any barber that plays rap. Don't get me wrong. I'm just talking about at my shop. Okay.
Your standards
That's
at your
right.
place.
Talent gets you in the room, character keeps you there.
Yeah.
5, do what's right, not what's easy. Excuse me.
Mm.
3, do what's right, not what's easy. 4, integrity builds long-term success. 5, your reputation is built on your character daily. 6, discipline is a form of character. 7, this is a big one. Keep your word, because your word is bond. That used to mean something in the hood. It don't mean nothing no more. 8, how you handle pressure reveals your character. That means you have to be very mindful on how you respond to things. If somebody like an owner just asks you to empty the trash, listen, be okay with that. Didn't nobody attack you? Didn't nobody talk crazy to you? If somebody asks you, hey man, when you leave the shop, could you please turn the AC off for me, man? Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Oh man, that he tripping. See, that's that cancer.
Yep. Yep.
He
That's that
tripping.
cancer I'm talking about.
He tripping.
You know, and 9, success without character won't last. And 10, character determines how high you go in life. So those are my points. Y'all always know that I give them. Y'all always know that I drop them. But those are the real things because if nothing else, they can always leave with those points if they don't remember nothing else we said that was so powerful and so informational.
And this is
DL.
gonna be on here
Informative,
forever.
excuse me.
Yeah, this
Wrong
is
word,
forever.
informative.
This is going. You just fed people for weeks, months, and years with that right now. So, thank you,
Yeah.
man. You know we love you, and we can't stop telling you that we're proud of you. We just just look at it like, man, you got some people that celebrate your wins. We love it, and you are
Thank you,
definitely.
man. I appreciate you guys even more, and thank you for hooking me up with Booksy. I can't wait to do some things with them.
Ooh.
Um, yeah, so
Ooh.
they actually called me again today, as a matter of fact. So I
Of
had to
course, of
respect
course
that.
they did today. Of
And
course
I
they
want to
Ooh.
did
throw a big
today.
shout out to my level 3 family. You know what I mean? I
Yes,
want to
Oh,
throw a
yeah.
big shout out to Jay. And I want to throw a big shout out to you guys, man, because none of this would be possible without you. The word on the street is your words. You guys are helping people become better in what they are, in their skills, their mindsets, their spirits. And then I just want everybody to know that everybody needs help.
yeah,
Everybody.
we all do.
And and so don't be afraid to ask for it. Don't be
Gotcha.
afraid to say that you don't know. Don't
Yep,
be afraid to say I need help. Because with all of this stuff going on in the world today, we have to literally not just read the room, but we need to read our community.
with you,
And if
man.
we're going to read our community, then some of you barbers are going to have to really understand these people been down with you from day one. And
Well
because
said.
you talking about you ain't going to lower your prices, man, I'm not telling you to. But what I am telling you to is be ready to be hungry. Be ready to
Amen.
be hungry because your time is coming. I'm not even speaking hate on you. I'm telling you what's getting ready to happen.
The
Because if
law,
you
the
don't have the
spiritual law.
spirit to say, listen, I know this person is doing bad. I know this person is doing bad. I know this person doing bad. Let me take care of them. Let me look out for them. I've never ever charged anybody. If they lose a job, they can still come every week. I've never ever charged them. And I had a client early. He was for a whole year, he didn't get a job for a whole year. And I cut him and his son every week for a whole year. And I don't add that up. I don't, because the bottom line, if it wasn't for people like that who was constantly coming and supporting you when they are doing bad, and I'm not telling you to do what I do, but what I am telling you is have a heart. Have a heart.
Yeah.
Because the way that things are going on with this president and the things that he's causing and people losing their jobs, if you're doing well for yourself, man, please be okay with supporting them in any
Help
way that you
somebody.
can and help your
Right.
community. Give more and expect nothing in return. That's all I ask for any barber to do, because I'm telling you, the minute that you feel like I'm bigger than the client, be ready.
Get humbled
Be
and get
be
shut
ready,
down.
because
Thank you,
God is going to
DL.
humble you.
Thank you, man. We love you, man. Hey, y'all, thank y'all for hanging in with us. This was a treat. This was one we were really excited about. Anytime DL is on, we know we about to get more than what we asked for. So glad y'all was smart enough to hang out. Make sure to like, subscribe, share this. Matter of fact, share this with people who you feel like, man, they needed to hear this.
Here it is.
Like, really share this. Tell them to sit back, get a drink, get some popcorn, and enjoy it. But y'all make sure to tune in every Tuesday. Shout out to the TDB family again. Y'all rocking with us. Appreciate y'all so much. Man, we love y'all. See y'all next Tuesday, 7 p.m.
For the culture, for the culture, for the culture, culture, culture,
Culture
for the culture.